everybody, welcome back. I'm your host, Oprah Winfrey. We did the circle last time. You should have over here a folder, a grouped folder, right, with 3 layers in it. Circle 1, circle 2, circle 3. That's pretty good, right? You should have that. Should be all caught up. Everything should be white. We'll color it later. All right, so let's turn that group off. We don't need that group turned on. Let's turn that group off real quick because we're going to start working on the text. If you click on the Paths tab again, there's another layer in there called Words, and you can sort of see the outline of it. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit. Kind of see it in blue here. It says Cocktails and Dreams, and we're going to stroke that, and we're going to do it exactly like we did with the circle, just different brush sizes. So let's get started. Back to the Layers tab right there, okay? Back to Layers, and we're going to call this layer above our circles layer, right? New layer above our circles layer, and we're going to call this, let's call this Text 1, all right? So that's our current layer. Let's go up to brushes like we did before. So let's hit B for brush, right? And go up here. We still got our hard round brush, except we're going to make this a little bit thicker. We're going to have this neon be a little bit more dense. It's going to be size 13 is going to be your brush size, okay? Size up there, 13, and click off over here. Your brush size should be 13. Awesome. White is still our foreground color. On the Text 1 layer, let's go back to Paths now and stroke that path, all right? Words, that's the one we're going to be working on. And if you right-click on Words, you're going to get Stroke Path again, and we are going to stroke it with a brush, just like before, and you're going to see it happen just like that. Pretty cool. Let's rinse and repeat. Back to the Layers tab. Click New Layer above Text 1. We're going to call this Text 2. I'm going to turn off Text 1 so we don't have to see it, all right? Go change our brush size over here to Brushes. Let's change our brush size to, I don't remember, 7. Brush size 7, all right? I'm going to click off. Make sure your brush size is 7 up there. What brush am I using? Hard round. Yeah, that's good. That's right. White's still our foreground color over here. We're still using white. Text 2 layer is where we're going to put it. Back to Paths, right-click, Stroke Path, hit OK. There's our second stroke. Rinse and repeat. Back to Layers. New layer above Text 2, Pow. Let's rename that Text 3. I don't know if you remember, if you double-click the name, you can rename the layer. Text 3. I'm going to turn off Text 2. We got to resize the brush one more time. Back up to Brushes. And we are going to use a size 4 for our finer specular highlight. Should say 4 up there. Good. Should say white. Layer Text 3. Back to Paths. Here we go. And one more. Right click. Stroke Path. Stroke. Don't get your right click and your left click confused, please. All right, I'm going to click down here. I'm going to click down here and turn the path off so I don't need to see it. Otherwise, you can still see the path. Let's not have that on. All right, let's go back to our Layers tab now. You should have 3 layers. Text 1 is going to be 13, like we started with. Text 2 is 7 pixels. Text 3 is 4. Let's group those into their own group. Holding down my Shift key, I'm going to select all 3 layers, like so, and I'm going to hit Command G, and for some reason Command G doesn't want to group. Oh, it's because they're off, that's why, I guess. Command G, there we go. And I'm going to call that layer, double click, and name it Text Elements. And I'm going to learn how to spell elements. E-L-E-M-E-N-T-S, there we go. And you can see. So now we have our circle. Let me turn that on. We have our circle and we have our text elements, and they're all living in separate layers, which is good. Circle's there, all grouped together. Text is there, all grouped together. You should have 9 layers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Awesome. That's how we build up our deal here. The next thing we have to do now, we need to start adding some colors and make this thing jump out and look awesome. That'll be the next video. Come back.